The goal of the DREAM Project is really to be the bridge of information for first generation and low income students. So us as college students, we've been through that process. So as a high schooler, I wish I would have known that going into college, I would have to be better at studying, at knowing my own learning style. Yeah, college is a lot more on your own learning, right? Being prepared for college just means having that kind of self-discipline and knowing your own learning style. So I think a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of, worry about maybe not being prepared for the next step is okay. But feeling fully supported, I think, is more important for being college ready.
I think back in high school, what I know now that I wish I had known then was to have better studying habits. I think learning how to study is different and it changes each quarter. Each class is different, so learning better study habits would have been great. And also learning how to build, or how to become part of communities and how to better integrate into different communities because the UW campus is such a large school.
In high school, I really thought, one bad grade was gonna make or break where I could go. And the college admissions process isn't always like that. They don't, they do factor in your GPA, but they want to know about you. And so that's why personal essays are so important, because you want to talk to people about who you are as a person and what you'll add to that institution.
A lot of the advice I give my DREAM Project mentees is usually just an emphasis on being able to explore or take those next steps and follow them through going into their next year. The first transitional months are going to be a challenge. So it's just do you want that challenge to be to the level that you might have to drop out, or to the level that, I know where I can find resources.
Being prepared for a college or a career really means that you're willing to take it seriously. And by taking it seriously, that means you're putting in the time, you're putting in the effort, you're applying your whole self to it. And that takes a lot of maturity and a lot of work to get to that point.
But with my mentees, when it comes to tests and assessments, I really let them know, kind of the bigger picture of things. So sometimes it's just really stressful because, when you're sitting in that room and thinking about that test, it's just this test and there's all these implications of what it reflects on the mentee. But especially with things SAT, ACT, which we see a lot of, we reflect a lot on how it's a bigger picture thing. When you're applying to colleges, the scores are just one part of your college application, right? There's your personal statement, there's your transcripts, there's everything else. So I think testing is an important part and it's always going to be there, but I think it'll be most useful as a learning tool rather than a gatekeeper tool.
I think testing is important because even if you get something wrong, that's what's important. Learning from your mistakes or understanding what you did wrong is all about what learning is about.
When I talk about college and career readiness, I'm it doesn't hurt to try, because if you don't like whatever you're doing in the future, you always have a fallback plan. And if that's education, then that's a great thing because you can do a lot of stuff with that.